Well, hello to you all out there in YouTube land. Welcome back to Classic Dirt Bike TV, the home of old school vintage motocross. Now, as you know, we're currently in the middle of sifting through all of the footage that we covered over the 3 days of the 2025 Offroad Motorsport Festival, and I think thus far I think we've uploaded about 7 videos from that event, and there's still a little chunk of video footage for you to take a look at, and I think we have managed to show you up to the Saturday's race program. So what we're going to do now is continue to show you all of the racing highlights from the Sunday, and which will be the conclusion of this 2025 event. But I do hope you've enjoyed all that we've shown you thus far, so let's get into it and head down to the start line to take in the very first race of the Sunday's race programme. So here we go with the first race of the Sunday, and it will be the pre-1968 Unlimited class. Again, this will be their 4th race of the weekend, and look out for number 26, James Thompson again, who did very well on the Saturday. Lee Kelly's another rider to look out for as the bikes leave the line. Looks like Harry Stitt's made a good start there. Second position at the moment is number 26, James Thompson, who now takes the lead as they head up the hill to begin lap 1. John Griffiths looks like he's in about 3rd position. Lee Kelly just making his way up the hill. But as we begin lap 1, it looks like James Thompson from Northern Ireland. Here's your race leader, Harry Stitt, currently in 2nd position. These guys, of course, will be using the slightly shorter track here at Drumlanrig. We have 2 different layouts of racetrack here, and the Classics and 374 bikes will be using the shorter part of the racetrack and not using the hill section. So it's the man from Killybacky in Northern Ireland, James Thompson, on the Cecil Pearson Rickman Jap, and there's another Jap there in 2nd position, Harry Stitt. Number 824 is Lee Kelly. He's another rider that's done very well here at Drumlanrig. Another Irish rider there, number 77, that's David Wilson. Number 42 just going through there is Colin Coley on his BSA 500. That's another one of the nice bikes that we had a look at in our paddock walkabout. But as the riders begin lap 2, here's the battle for 2nd and 3rd position between number 111, Harry Stitt, and number 824, Lee Kelly. As I said in my previous videos, that bike of Harry Stitt's is a frame that Harry built himself. So James Thompson coming round to complete another lap. Looks like Lee Kelly's going to try and make a move on Harry Stitt as he goes round the outside, so a good move there by Lee Kelly on the BSA as he moves up into 2nd. Whoops, nearly lost the bike there if he come round that corner. If you just take a look at that trailing foot on the left there, just caught it on the ground and could have quite easily went in between the back wheel and the mudguard, because I've seen that happening before. But Lee Kelly still currently in 2nd place as we take a look at number 55. That's Callum Pearson on our Rickman Jack. Colin Coley again, number 42. Number 15 is Marty Taylor, and that bike there, number 193, is, remember we had a look at that in the paddock. That's Mitch Hughes' lovely Triumph Shenny 650. That's the bike that had all the washing draped over it when we had a look at it in the paddock. So it's certainly James Thompson who's in charge of this race. He's got a good lead between himself and 2nd place man here, number 824, Lee Kelly, on that very quick BSA. 3rd position is currently number 111 there, Harry Stitt. another one of the Team Jap riders from Northern Ireland. And there's another one, number 44 is Adrian Lapper, and number 5 on the CZ is Wayne Partington. And there's another one of the Irish contingent, number 77, David Wilson. So you can see the Irish guys have certainly pulled out all the stops to attend this 2025 Drumlanrig event. Looks like David's got some kind of problem there with the BSA, so I don't know if he's heading for a DNF, but no problems for this man here, number 26, James Thompson, who's already won 3 races on the Saturday, so it looks like he's sitting quite comfortable there for possibly his 4th win of the weekend. Number 235 is Sam Alderman. He's another rider that's been going very well in this class, and that's a Wasp framed Jap bike that Sam's riding. So as we head towards the conclusion of the first race of Sunday morning, the P68 Unlimited class, it's currently number 26 James Thompson who leads this man here, number 824 Lee Kelly in second position. So as they come up the hill to complete the P68 class race, it's going to be a win for number 26 James Thompson, and it's going to be Lee Kelly here, number 824 in second position. Harry Stitt is going to take that 3rd place position from who was number 98 Liston Bell in 4th. So that now takes us on to race 2, surprisingly. And this is the first race of the Sunday, the P75s up to and over to 50s. Some of the riders there. 99 is Greg Speed on the left, number 41 is John Sinnott. So another fantastic lineup of P74 bikes as the 15-second board is now raised, shortly to be 5. And as the gate drops, they head into turn 1. It looks like a good start by number 2. I think that's Chris Winder, who's got the whole shot as they leave the line. And as you can see, the track still quite dry and quite hard and bumpy because we've not had any rain to speak of in the last week or so here at Drumlanrig. But as we begin lap 1, there's your race leader there, number 2, Chris Winder on the 1973 250. Oh dearie me! Chris Winder's dropped his bike into the corner there, so that makes this man here your new race leader. I think that's Andy Hinchcliffe, the race leader now, but I don't think that's Andy's bike that he's riding. I think that could be a borrowed bike. Greg Speed is now up to 2nd position. Nathan Jones is 3rd. Number 125 is Ian Stainton. Number 4 is Ian Buchanan. But hopefully Chris Winder will be able to get that bike up and running again and get back into the mix in this P74 class race. There he is there. Just looks like he's okay, but as yet I don't think he's managed to get the bike up and running. But hopefully that'll happen in the next few seconds. But there's your new race leader, number 6, Andy Hinchcliffe. And as I said, that's not Andy usually rides his CZ, so I don't know if that's a borrowed bike that he's taking a loan off for this race, but he's your current race leader. 2nd position should be just coming around the turn now. And that's Nathan Jones in 2nd position, number 873. Ian Stainton in 3rd, Ian Buchanan in 4th, number 24 is Riley Copeland on his 250 Honda. There's Chris Winder. It looks like he's managed to get that bike up and fired up again, so hopefully he'll start making his way through this pack, but he's got quite a lot of work to do to get back to where he was on lap 1. It looks like we've got a couple of riders parked trackside. That rider on the left, I think that could be Mauro Gotet on his 250 KTM, so I don't know what's happened don't know if these two riders have maybe had a bit of coming together, but doesn't seem to be any such problems for this man at the front of this pre-74 pack, Andy Hinchcliffe on CR250 Elsinore. Nathan Jones just going through there in second position. Looks like Ian Buchanan's now moved up into third position. Ian Stainton is in fourth, but looks like Chris Winder has managed to move up into fifth position. So Chris is certainly making his way through this pack, but I think he's going to run out of laps before he can get up to that pole position again. So we're taking a look at number 202, that's Craig Preston on his Czechoslovakian 380 CZ, and normally this man here would be riding his CZ in this race, but I don't know if he's got some kind of mechanical issue with that bike, but this time he's riding the 250 Elsinore. Andy Hinchcliffe, your race leader. We're looking at number 2 is Chris Winder again, as he tries to make up some more places after dropping his bike in that corner. Just ahead of Chris there is number 4, that's Ian Buchanan. That's yet another one of the riders that have made the trip from Northern Ireland. So as these two come up to complete another racing lap, we're taking a quick look at number 330 there, that's Alan Mullins, and he's also riding a CZ 380. Just behind Alan there was Kevin Bratt on his BSA 500. Number 66 just blasting his way through there is Gordon Brown on his 350 Honda. So we're on the last lap of this 374 race, and looks like it's going to be another comfortable win here for Andy Hinchcliffe on the 250 Elsinore. So as they make their way up the hill for the final time, it's going to be a win for Andy Hinchcliffe. Second place is going to go to Nathan Jones. Third place is Ian Buchanan, with Ian Stainton in fourth, and I think Chris Winder here is going to finish in fifth position as they cross the line. And so that brings us on to our first combined race for the Sunday afternoon. This is the 378 Unlimited class, including the 125 twin shocks as well. So yet again another decent lineup of 74s and twin shock 125s. And again we've got some quick riders. Look out for number 123 James Hudson on the Yamaha. Number 60 is Chris Woodward. He's also riding a Yamaha, but it looks like we're just about good to go. We're just waiting on that gate to drop, which it does now, and the riders leave the line. It's a good start by Chris Woodward on the Yamaha, James Hudson on the outside. So these two have made a very good start in this race as they head up the hill to begin at lap 1. So it looks like we've got a follower at the start line. I think that's number 39, Patrick Brown. He seems to have dropped his CZ at the start line, but he's got it up and running again. But he's got some work to do, catch up with this very quick pack at the front, and it's currently number 62, Chris Woodward, who leads number 123, James Hudson, in second position. Chris Woodward, of course, riding a 77 Yamaha 250, and James Hudson also riding a 77 Yam 250, but it's Chris Woodward with the early lead, being chased by James Hudson in second position. So two very quick riders. I think that we're in the 125 part of this race. I think it's currently Mark Wartig who leads number 177 Aaron Rowe. So those two guys are leading the 125 part of this race as the rest of the chasing pack make their way through. Mike van der Merwe there, number 17, just passing through as we take a look at number 748. That's Tim Rinrod on that lovely Villa 125. But it looks like James Hudson has managed to get the drop on number 62, Chris Woodward, because he's your new race leader. Chris Woodward currently in second position now, but James Hudson is another rider that's ridden superbly here all weekend. He had some good results on the Saturday, and he's looking good at the front of this pack. So James Hudson there leading the pre-1978 part of this race, and as we've mentioned before, James is the son of the legendary Neil Hudson. That needs absolutely no background or explanation as to why he's famous. There's your second place man, number 62, Chris Woodward, going through, and it looks like Aaron Rowe is now leading the 125 part of this race from what looks like number 26, Mark Wartig, in second position. I think that's number 14 in third. I think that's Daniel Mason who is in third position in the 125s. But these little 125s are certainly on the move, because number 177, who's leading the 125 part of this combined race, is catching number 62, Chris Woodward's 250 Yamaha. It looks like Aaron is managing to go past that Yamaha of Chris Woodward, and second position is number 14. That's Daniel Mason. So the two 125s are certainly on the move, and it's number 177, Aaron Rowe, who leads from Daniel Mason in second position, and currently it's still number 123, James Hudson, who leads the pre-78 part of this race. But Daniel Mason looks like he's going to have a go around the outside, and he does make it stick. So Daniel Mason is your new race leader in the 125s as they come up the hill to complete another lap. Mark Wartig is in third position in the 125s as it stands. So James Hudson has got a substantial lead over second place man, number 62, Chris Woodward. So this could be another quite dominant win by James Hudson on the Yamaha. You can just see Daniel Mason coming through there on the 125, and number 177, Aaron Rowe, who's currently in second position in the 125 part of this race. So the 125 is definitely going very well here in this combined P78 and 125 race. So Aaron Rowe heading towards the finish line to complete another lap. He's in second position, just behind number 14, Daniel Mason. So as our front runners cross the line to begin the final lap of this combined P78 and Twin Shock 125 race, we are looking at number 6 there. That's Steve Riley on his big Yamaha 4-stroke thumper. A nice old bike that. It's quite good to see these big Yamaha 4-strokers still taking part in Twin Shock and Classic racing. But as we head towards the checkered flag, there's your race leader of the P78 part of this race, number 123, James Hudson. And it's currently number 62, Chris Woodward, who's in second position. So as our race leader heads towards the checkered flag, it's going to be a win for James Hudson on the Yamaha. Second place in the Pre-78 is going to go to number 62. That's Chris Woodward. And in the 125 part of this race, it's going to be a win for Daniel Mason with Aaron Rowe in second position, and Mark Wartig is going to cross the line in third in the 125. So we take a look at another one of the lovely villas making their way across the line. That's number 106, That will be Marcus Kears. So that brings us quite nicely on to race 4 of the Sunday's programme. This is the pre-1984 Clubman class, and this will be their 4th race of the weekend, because every one of the classes, of course, had 3 races on the Saturday. We're just waiting on our official starter taking his place in the middle of the pack there. That's Darren Hudson. He's shortly going to give the riders the thumbs up to make sure that all their bikes are running and ready to go. There he goes with his indication to the riders. It appears that everything's good to go. The 15-second board has now been put up, shortly to be turned to 5 seconds. The gate drops and the riders leave the line. Looks like another good start there by number 291, Robert Smith, on the 490 Michael. So as the riders make their way up the hill to begin lap 1, it is indeed Robert Smith. You can see parts of the track are still very dusty. As I said, we've had no rain to speak of, so hopefully the dust won't get too bad as we go through Sunday's race programme. But there's your man at the front, a guy who won 3 races on the Saturday, number 291, Robert Smith. Number 61 just passing there is Richard Murdoch. So we take a look at number 126, and that is of course Charlie Copeland on his 490 Michael. So as the riders come round to complete lap 1, it's number 98 Elliot Palliser who's now in second position. Number 61 Charlie Copeland is in third. As we take a look at number 322, that is of course Philip Malcolmson, another one of the Irish riders that have made the journey to Drumlanrig this year. So again, well done to all of the Irish guys who made the effort. We're looking at number 78, that should be Paul Martin on his 250 Red Rocket. But this young man here has certainly been the class of the field in the Clubman class over the weekend. Number 291, Robert Smith. And as I said, we've already done a profile on that bike and why and how it was built. You can see that on my YouTube channel. And we're waiting on our second place man. It's still Elliot Palliser in second position. Number 2 is Sean Muir in third. Number 61 again is Richard Murdoch. So Sean Muir is definitely on a charge there. I think he's just moved up into second position. So Sean Muir doing very well as we take another look at number 126, Charlie Copeland. Number 42, just making his way past there, is James Ireland. He's just about to pass or trying to pass number 17, who is Darren Wheelhouse. So it looks like Robert Smith's got a decent lead over second place man. There he is there, number 2, Sean Muir on the 250 Honda Red Rocket. So Sean's a bit out horsepowered by that 490 Michael of Robert Smith, but he's going well there in second position. Third place just coming through there. That's Elliot Palliser in third position, so he's doing well. Richard Murdoch currently in fourth. Number 33 just going past there. I think that should be Neil Eastwood, just making his way through. We take another look at number 322. That's Philip Malcolmson, another one of the riders from Ireland. Philip's riding that 400 German Michael. But we're back with our race leader, Robert Smith, number 291. There's your second place man, Sean Muir, in second position. So Sean again riding very well on the 250 Red Rocket. Third place should be number 98, Elliot Palliser. There he is there, just cresting the hill. So another good performance here by Elliott on the 490 twin shock Michael as he crosses the line to begin his final lap of this Clubman class race. Number 78 there again is Paul Martin on his 250 red Rocket. So Paul just making his way up the hill to begin his final lap of this Clubman class race. We're going to pick up our race leader now as he heads towards the checkered flag, and this is going to be win number 4 of the weekend for number 291 Robert Smith. So another good performance by the man from Edinburgh as he crosses the line to take the win. In second position it's going to be Sean Muir, number 2, and it's going to be Elliott Palliser who crosses the line in third, with number 61 Richard Murdoch in fourth. And there's your commentators. For the spectators, we've got Sean Doherty there on the left, sitting on the quad, and Emma Partington. So that brings us in onto the combined 250 twin shocks and the Evolution 125s, and this again will be a split start. So basically the 250 bikes on the right hand side of your picture will be let loose first, and then we'll cover the start of the Evolution 125s. So it looks like everybody's in position and good to go. 15-second board is now being raised. Now just about to turn to 5 seconds as the gate drops and the 250s leave the line. That's a good start by Ryan Ireland in pole position there. Number 95 is currently in second. That's Aaron Murphy on the 250 Honda. So as these two head up the hill to begin lap 1, we're going to head back to the start line now so we can catch the start of the Evolution 125s. Looks like they're all ready to go. 15-second board is up. As the gate drops and the riders leave the line, Mike McClarty's made another good start. Number 416 on the CR 125. Number 78 has made a good start as well in second position. That's Alex Martin. Graham Farish is currently in third position as the 125s begin at lap 1. So again, these classes do have their own sponsors, and it's Hamilton Tarmac who sponsor this 250cc class, and it's G&T Solutions Limited who sponsor the 125s. But we're looking at our second placed man, number 125. That's Aaron Murphy on the 250 red Rocket as they complete lap 1. It looks like it's number 15. That's Clark Davidson in third position as they cross the finish line. We'll try and pick up who's leading the 125s now, and it's currently number 416 Mike McClarty who leads at number 78 Alex Martin. Number 5 coming through there is Neil Erdley. He's in third position in the 125s, and he's on that very quick Kawasaki 125, and just behind Neil is number 124. That's James Haddo. And of course, if you were doing the lap scoring manually for both of these classes, it could be a bit of a nightmare, but thankfully all of these bikes are fitted with electronic transponders, so as they cross the finish line, their lap time and position will be recorded. So we're looking at our leader of the 250s. It's number 43 Ryan Ireland, another one of the riders that's had a fantastic weekend here at Drumlanrig Castle. There's your second place man going through, number 95 Aaron Murphy. Clark Davidson is currently in third position. As we go back to the 125s again, and there's your race leader, number 416 Mike McClarty on the CR125 Honda. As he comes up to complete another lap. I think it's number 78 Alex Martin who is now in second position. So Alex Martin has moved up the pecking order. James Haddo is currently now in third. We're taking a look at number 79 there. That'll be Billy Rodman on his 125s. Another rider from Scotland. We're looking at a couple of 250s now. Number 6 there is Dale Silk on his red rocket. Number 22 is Sean Murphy, who's riding at 250 Twin Shot Michael. And we're catching up with the 125s again. That's number 416, Mike McClurty, your race leader. Here's the battle for second and third between number 78, Alex Martin, and number 124, James Haddo. So it's a good scrap here between the two CR125s. It looks like James Haddo has now moved up into second position. He is the leader of the 250s, as he has been in a lot of the previous 250 class races. It's number 43, Ryan Ireland. Ryan crossing the line to start his final lap of this race as your second place man. Number 95, Aaron Murphy. We're looking at number 15 again, that's Clark Davidson. I think he's in second position as he starts his final lap. In the 125 part of this race, there's a race leader coming around to cross the line to take his final lap of the 125 part of this race, but it looks like it's going to be another win for this man here, number 43, Ryan Ireland. So another fine start to his Sunday's racing. So another win for number 43, Ryan Ireland. Second position in the 250s is going to be that man there, number 95. That's Aaron Murphy. So we've just got the 125s to finish up, and we've got a new race leader who's going to come round to take the checkered flag, and it's going to be James Haddo who's going to take the win in the 125s. And in second position, it's going to be number 416. That's Mike McClurty. So that more or less concludes the 250s and the 125s. So we're now going to continue with the 1984 over 60s class, and this will be their first race of the Sunday's programme. And another decent lineup of over 60s bikes. And we're just waiting on our official race starter there, Darren Hudson. It looks like there's a couple of bikes on the line, but riders are having a bit of a problem getting them started. There's a bike a second from the right hand side there. Looks like there's a rider having a bit of a problem getting his bike fired up. He's kicking away at that machine, but don't know if he's got it up and running as yet. Yes, it looks like he's good to go. So Darren Hudson will be giving all the riders a thumbs up to make sure their bikes are running. The 15-second board is now being raised, so I'm just waiting on that gate to drop, as it does now. And as they leave the line, a cracking start there from number 33, Peter Williamson. Trevor Calderwood's also made a good start as they head up the hill for the first time. It's Peter Williamson, your race leader, from number 74, Alan Bott. Trevor Calderwood is in third position. Graham Smith just going through there on the RM Suzuki. So it looks like we've got a rider down at the top of the hill there. I think that's number 5, Brendan Rowett, who appears to have maybe dropped his bike at the top of the hill. He's maybe got tangled up with a couple of the other machines, but he's got it running again, and it looks like he's on his way. Number 139 looks like he's also made a bad start. That's Craig Holmes, on his 490 Michael. But as we look to the far side of the track, as our race leader comes over the crest of the hill, it's company number 33, Peter Williamson, on that very quick Honda 500. So Peter's coming round to complete lap 1. Second position is number 74, Alan Bott, And third place there is number 32, Trevor Calderwood from Ballymena in Northern Ireland, and he's been one of the stars of this class over the weekend. That's Graham Smith just going through there on his RM Suzuki, being followed by Chris Cannon, number 81, also on a Suzuki. And the track, as you can see, is still in very good condition. It's a bit dusty, but at this point in the proceedings, certainly not bad enough to upset the racing. But looks like Alan Bott is closing in on Peter Williamson. There he is there. There's Peter Williamson, your race leader. Alan Bott appears to be closing in, so this is going to be a good race here at the front of this pack. Trevor Calderwood is currently in third position, so as these riders come up to complete another lap, we're looking at number 119 there. That'll be Mark Tilsey on his Yamaha 465, and number 2 is Paul Kiyapa. So this is another rider that's done very well in this over 60s class this weekend. Number 33, Peter Williamson. He's been certainly running at the sharp end of this class, and I think he's been in the top 3 riders all weekend, so he's doing very well there in first position. As we take a look at number 32, Trevor Calderwood, just going through. I think he was being followed by number 155, Andy Barnes. Taking another look at number 2 again, Paul Kiyapa, the multiple Scottish twin shock champion, so he's going very well there. Number 156 is Graham Chalice on his 600 KTM. But here's your brand new race leader coming across the crest of the hill. We seem to have lost Peter Williamson, so I don't know what's happened to Peter. There doesn't seem to be any sign of him on the track, and he was leading this race, but there's your new race leader, number 74, Alan Bott, as he crosses the line to complete another racing lap. There's your second place man now, number 32, Trevor Calderwood. He's been hounded there by number 155, that's Andy Barnes on the Maiko. So we're now on the final lap for the 384 over 60s class race, and there's your race leader, Alan Bott from Wigan, also the owner and proprietor of Pemberton Tyres. So looks like Alan's very comfortable there at the front. He's got a decent lead over second place man Trevor Calderwood, so it's going to be another well-deserved win here for Alan Bott as he comes up the hill to take the checkered flag. So again, well done to Alan, and crossing the line in second position is going to be number 32, Trevor Calderwood, just ahead of number 155, Andy Barnes. So a good finish between these two talented riders for those positions. And there you can see some of the Drumlanrig crowd there enjoying the racing and the good weather from that nice elevated position there just behind the start gate. So that moves us on to the over 50s and 60s B class. This is race 7 and almost full gate of riders once again, so it looks like we're good to go as they leave the line. It's looks like number 48 again, Mark Fulton, who has got the pole shot. Number 66 is Terry House in second position, so this looks like it's going to be another good tussle between these two very quick riders at the front. And in third place as they begin lap 1, I think it's number 118, that'll be Kevin Butcher. But it's getting quite dusty now, as you can see. But it looks like Terry House has managed to get the drop on Mark Fulton. I think it must have happened on the uphill and downhill section. So Terry House is now your new race leader, being chased by number 48, Mark Fulton, in second position. So Terry House is certainly on his way on the 490 Michael as he crosses the jump there. There's Mark Fulton, number 48 in second position. Number 118 is Kevin Butcher. Number 471 is Gordon Morrison. So Gordon's also made a good start. He's currently in fourth position as they come round to complete lap 1. But I do hope you're enjoying everything that we're bringing you from Drumlanrig Castle in 2025. It's been quite a task for me putting all these videos together, but I do hope you're enjoying this racing highlights footage. So we're catching up with our race leaders at the front. You can see them just going through there. Terry House is currently your race leader, with this man here in second position, number 48, Mark Fulton, who also raced very well on the Saturday and of course took part in the grass track on the Friday night as well. But Terry House coming round to complete another lap on the 1981 490 twin shock Michael. Oh, and again, I forgot to mention a quick shout out to all of the Classic Dirt Bike TV channel subscribers that I met over the course of the 3 days. And although I never knew most of them personally, it was still quite good to get some feedback on my videos and meet a few of the viewers in person who watch my videos. Anyhow, it was nice to meet you all and hear your feedback that surprisingly was mainly positive, it has to be said. Anyhow, back to the action on the track again. There's your race leader coming round to complete another racing lap. That's Terry House at number 66. So he's just crossing the line now ahead of that man there, number 48, Mark Fulton. And I think Mark, it looks like he's already decided that a second place finish will do him quite nicely. So there's the rest of the chasing pack going through. I'm going to pick up a few of the other riders. Number 21 is Mark Kenny, another rider from Scotland on his 480 Honda, or 500 Honda, as I'm led to believe that it is. But the race leader, number 66, Terry House, coming across the line to complete another lap. He's managed to stretch out a decent lead now over second place man, 48 Mark Fulton. So Terry House beginning his final lap of this race, this pre-84 over 50s race. Once again, this race is sponsored by the Jimmy Ferguson Memorial Cup. Number 8 there is Stephen Dyer on his lovely 490 Michael with that super shiny expansion chamber. Need a pair of sunglasses on to look at that expansion chamber, but nevertheless. But there's your race leader coming across the hill for the last time, and it looks like he's heading to take the checkered flag for another race win this weekend. It's going to be number 66, Terry House, who's going to take the win, and in second position is going to be Mark Fulton here, number 48, and in third place it's going to end up with Danny Blakely in third, from number 471 Gordon Morrison in fourth. So that brings us on to the final race for this first block of racing for the Sunday morning, and of course we'll have the second block of racing coming up in the next video. But this race here is the pre-1984 under 50s class. Another decent lineup of riders, and as you can see, the weather has been absolutely fantastic here at Drumlanrig Castle. There's not been any rain prior to this event, and over the course of the weekend there was a couple of spits of rain, but nothing even dampen the track. So our race starter, Darren Hudson, is giving the riders the thumbs up to make sure all the bikes are running. The 15-second board is now being raised. Darren shortly to turn it to 5. The gate drops and we're on our way with the pre-1984s under 50s class. So as the riders head up the hill to begin lap 1, it looks like, I think that was Graham Blacklock that was your early race leader. So he's another rider that's done very well here this afternoon as they all make their way up the bumpy hill section and come back down the other side. It is indeed Graham Blacklock, your race leader. So there he is, Graham Blacklock, and I'm pretty sure that's a borrowed bike. I'm quite sure that that's Raymond Thompson's 490 Myco that Graham's riding. Second place is number 119, that's Martin Jones. I think that's Brad Todd in 4th position. Number 24 just making his way past is the big 4-stroke Husqvarna. Number 28 is Carter Burns. Carter Burns is another one of those riders who love their Myco 490s. So there's Graham Blacklock heading towards the hill section in first position. It's currently still Martin Jones in second place. So there's your race leader going down the far side of the racetrack. Number 23, Graham Blacklock on the Raymond Thompson Myco. So Graham's off to an absolute flyer in this race. Second position is still at number 119, Martin Jones there. You can just see him going through on the 490 Myco. Brad Todd is currently in third position. But I must say there's certainly been a nice variety of talent here at Drumlanrig this year with riders like Martin Jones and Mark Fulton and Terry House and many others who have put on a fantastic display for the spectators. So another good turnout of top class riders for this event. So there's your second place man, Martin Jones, as he crosses the line to complete another racing lap. Number 94 is David Lamb, and I'll give you 3 guesses as to what bike that David is riding. But we're back with our race leader again, Graham Blacklock. It looks like he's got a bit of a gap between himself and Martin Jones as he makes the turn. But I think it's actually Brad Todd who's now moved up into second position. So Brad Todd is certainly on a mission here because he's moved up into second place. So it looks like Brad Todd has passed number 119, Martin Jones, at the far side of the track. We are taking a look at number 242 there. I think that could be Matt Wells on his 480 Honda. So as it stands on the track, it's number 23, Graham Blacklock, who leads this man here. That's Brad Todd on the Honda 250 Red Rocket. There's your third place man, number 119, Martin Jones on the 490 German Myco. So there's your race leader heading towards the checkered flag to begin his final lap of this pre-1984 under 50s class race. It's Graham Blacklock who crosses the line, and this will be his final lap of this race. So another good performance by Graham. We've got another 23 there. I think that bike will belong to Lee Dent, if I'm not mistaken. So we're looking at number 281 now. That's Stephen Coulson on his big 500 KTM. But there's your race leader heading towards another race win. It's another good performance by Graham Blacklock. So he's going to chalk up another win in this pre-1984 over 50s class. He's having a quick glance back to see who's in second position, but as he crosses the line, it's going to be a win for Graham Blacklock. Second position is going to go to Brad Todd. Third is Martin Jones, and in fourth position it's going to be Michael Smith. So there you go, that is the first block of racing from this Sunday's race programme here at Drumlanrig, but of course we will be back with the second block of racing from the Sunday when we return to your number one and favourite classic dirt bike TV.